The Unseen Strands Podcast, a crochet and fiber arts related podcast where I, your host Mo, am visually impaired and will be sharing with you strands of the rest of my life. I come to you from central Iowa, where I live with my 4 boys, my husband, our 2 cats, and our dog. And I say that this is 25.1 because this is going to be our WIP Wednesday special. And so then on Friday I will be doing 25.2, which will be our finished object special. Sorry about that. Since it is Vlogmas right now, and I am participating in that, I'm kind of going to do this really quick, or at least try to, and then Friday again will be another segment, and each of these days I won't be including anything with the holiday tradition tag, just to kind of keep them a little shorter. My videos for Vlogmas have been on the little longer side because I do have an advent calendar that I've been unboxing, and you know, that itself is only like 30 seconds or so, but I've been participating with the holiday traditions tag and just answering a portion of a question or a question each day, so that kind of takes a little more time into getting into the storytelling of all that. But I wanted to actually get an actual episode in here, so this will be longer than a regular Vlogmas, but shorter than a normal podcast, hopefully. And then Friday will be the same deal. Sorry, I got hair. And then, yeah, so I'm recording today and going to record Friday because tomorrow my husband is going to be working from home, which will be very interesting because he's doing a certification class or course or something, and I don't know if he realizes how active we are upstairs, because he said something about doing it up here because he can have multiple monitors and things, and because he couldn't get a conference room all day for at work. But I'm like, it's not going to be peace and quiet here, so I don't know, good luck to him. But anyways, since, like I said, this is our WIP Wednesday, let's go ahead and start with what we are working on. So I am currently, you will see this also, after the end of this episode, or I guess the normal podcast content, I will have the Vlogmas content. So you'll see more about this, about where I started today and such. But I am working on Sam's blanket. It's currently probably about 3 feet high. I am on the 4th cake, and as I described in yesterday's Vlogmas, this one cake, at least compared to the other 3 that I still had, because I had 7 cakes altogether, this one was the most different, and all the other ones are about the same. Ooh, I think I stepped on my hook and bent it. Well, I know I stepped on the hook, so hopefully that doesn't ruin it. But yeah, so that got me distracted because it was like my thing was bending. But I am working on this. It is with an eye hook. Now, I can't find the eye hook that I was originally working on it with, so one of the kids might have stole it, or it might have fallen out of the car. So that one might be gone. So I have my backup, and actually this is less janky than it used to be because I got really smart. This is a light-up crochet hook. Now, I don't need a light-up crochet hook, but these were like $1 when the Joann's I used to live next to, or nearer to, was remodeling. They had these for like $1 clearance. So I had gotten 2 of them. I wish I would have gotten one in each size that they still had, because I love these hooks. Not because they light up, but just the feel. And this probably does still actually light up, but I didn't get the batteries in right. I got 2 of these. I had one in a G and one in an I. And the G hook I was using for my scrubbers, and I actually broke. That's why I was like, ooh, this might actually be bent. Hopefully this isn't destroyed. But it's still hanging in there for right now. The G hook broke off right here. So it still lights up, but there's no hook. So I was like keeping it in a purse that I used to have as like a pen light or something, you know, just, And Teresa, that's why I was talking about your video when you were talking about the light, because I'm like, I totally kept a hook that was just a light for absolutely no reason, because I'm like, oh, this could come in handy, but you know, I don't need light. So why I was keeping it like that, I don't know. But I got smart because some point last year this hook had gotten on the floor and the babies had broken off the battery compartment and I can't find it. I think it went down the heat register vent actually. But I was like, you know, all these crochet hooks have the same base, and sure enough, the battery compartment was the same on both hooks. So I just went, this was like yesterday, the day before yesterday, and stole the battery compartment. Well, whenever I started posting regularly about working on Sam's blanket was when no, I was working on it because I just had tape, so I'm sitting here peeling the tape off because I had tape over it because it was just the open battery compartment with no door, and I just had tape over that, so I'm still peeling my tape off. But yeah, so I'm working with my eye hook, and this is the Cherry Be Merry Yarn Bee Sugar Wheels that I had gotten. That I had my fun story with having to get 3 more at a Hobby Lobby that is not near me because I didn't get enough originally for the project I ended up doing. But I'm just making a chevron blanket. I know I've discussed that before, but just in case you're joining me for the first time, that's my big crochet whip. I don't actively have anything that I am spinning on. I hope you have looked at my unboxing of the Paradise fibers for December because those fibers were absolutely beautiful this month. But moving on to knitting. Now this I think is going to turn into a combo, especially since I don't remember if I even know where the pattern was. So basically I'm going to use the pattern for the cast on, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to use the rest of it. But I started my husband's yarn, and I started a I thought I might try to make him some fingerless gloves, even though he's kind of seems iffy about that. So I started these on my 2.5. I did mention these in another of the Vlogmas episodes, but I'm thinking of knitting the cuff and then crocheting the hand, but we'll see because I really suck at casting on things, and especially something like this where it's super tiny, and I count with my fingernail kind of, and this fingernail broke off when I was messing with the punches one day, and so I don't have my fingernail there to count with. It's getting to the point I think I could count again, but I was trying to work on this during the weekend. So this is out of the How You Doin' colorway by Leading Men Fiber Arts, and these are Knit Picks, whatever their wooden circular needles are, and like I said, the 2.5 millimeter. But yeah, I'm still basically on the cast on because I so suck at casting on. I don't get people and their cast on crazes because maybe it's just because I suck at it, but it frustrates me. And so yeah, the other thing though that I am knitting, because there's not a lot of this and so I don't want to crochet it because I don't think there'll be enough, is, oh no, I can't follow my yarn, come here yarn, is my Paradise Fibers not Hufflepuff, because that's the actual Snortapoof blend of yarn. This is what I spun up last month, and then I started making Sam's cowl. I know this doesn't look like anything. These are actually on the pair of knitting needles that I was gifted by my stepmother-in-law, and I have no idea what size they are, but, and you know, I said in my thing that it was a correction, that I think it was a size 11 and not an 11 millimeter, but now looking at it again, it might be an 11 millimeter because they are huge compared to like even this, and I don't know what size these are supposed to be, but this seems like it was better because the other ones that I was using, that I was going to use to make this cowl out of, the needles that I'd gotten from Knit Picks on their clearance sale, they just made too loose of a fabric. So I tried these because I thought my 10s were still going to be too small. So this is somewhere in between whatever my Knit Picks ones are and my size 10s. And yeah, I'm basically just going to do a 2x2 rib and I looked up a pattern, that's all it basically was on that pattern. But that was, I think, for worsted weight yarn, and this is somewhere like a chunky or something. So they had 88 stitches, and it's a free pattern, and I don't remember what it's called. But they had 88 stitches, and I think I've gone down to 60, and I'm going to see how big that comes out. Excuse me. And see if that's big enough. And then if it is, I'll probably just leave it, but if it's not, I might go back up to... I don't want to go up to 88 because that was ginormous, but we'll see kind of where I'm at. And like I said, I'm currently got 60 stitches on the needles right now. Then my former WIP for WIP It Wednesday. Oh, I don't know where it went now. Oh, there it is, next to me. That's why I can't find you. This is my Sun King hat. If you notice, not only is it not even casted on anymore, but this color band is getting smaller and smaller because I keep ripping it out. I have knitted almost completely 3 times now, and the first time, what happened? I went to do the decrease and I screwed it up, like I misread it, and I cannot take back knitting decreases and that kind of casting off and stuff yet. It just falls apart, and I just took it all out because I didn't want to deal with it. I was just going to re-knit it, and guess what happened that time? I got all the way, that was like 2 days before the cowl ended, and I got all the way up to like 2 repeats before the end, and I had to take it back again. I don't remember why that time. Then this last time, I got up to the final cable, or final repeat, and I had a drop stitch all the way back in the ribbing, which I don't know how that happened because I had the right amount of stitches. I'm like, how do you have a drop stitch when there's no stitches missing? So this Sun King hat is again in timeout, and we'll see. I like the pattern, and I got a lot better at doing like the cable and making the transition between the, because I'm using the magic loop method for knitting, and so I was getting better at getting that and getting all the things like nice and tight so there wasn't big gaps. But yeah, we're back at not even cast it on anymore. Oh wells. So yeah, then maybe, I feel like we're running long. Oh, we'll do this. I'll save the other part for the finished off Friday segment. But yeah, so the Seasons of Giving Cal is still going on and still going strong. I assume it's going strong. I've been kind of bad at paying attention to Ravelry because I was working forever, feverishly, on getting this Sun King hat done. You see where that got me. Which is why I didn't record at the end of November, because I was working on that. I was determined to get it done by the deadline, and that didn't happen. And then now I am working on this blanket and trying to get that done before Christmas, as well as working on fingerless mitts because I want that for the land of rare fibers. Although I am thinking of just going ahead and casting on, or not casting on, caking up the Angora fiber and making myself a hat. We'll see. But we got another donated prize. Thank you, Teresa. Not only did she donate us our bells, but she has donated as a prize for you guys these, and these are going to probably look terrible, but these stitch markers, this set of 2, I guess progress keepers, because they are the lobster claw, and I really like these lobster claws, Teresa, because at least the one I'm using on Sam's blanket, a lot of them kind of, I don't know, aren't as smooth on the pinch part, and at least the one on Sam's thing, it seemed like it worked a lot nicer than some of the other ones that I have used. But yeah, so we have this lovely set of stitch markers that will go to someone. This will probably go with more of a prize than just that, but that is what I have right now. So thank you, Teresa. At some point I will get you added an entry for that donation. And if you're wondering what I am talking about, I said in the last episode we had Rena donate a pattern prize. And so since I've decided that we are trying to inspire hearts of giving, that if you give a prize to the Cal, you will also give yourself an entry into winning one of the other fabulous prizes. So we now currently have 2 actual physical, I have donated, or prizes that are specific to the Cal, and then there will be other things that I throw in that I just haven't decided exactly what I am giving to you yet. But if anyone else wants to donate something, I am totally up for it. But anyways, guys, that is all I'm going to include for today for the actual podcast. Like I said, we will do another half of this episode on Fridays. Okay guys, it's our last day of halfway, or till halfway. So I pulled out the rest of them. I took a picture. Hopefully it comes out so that you can see it all the other days so far. But since I have to rotate the box now, I decided we'd open early. And yes, me and Zane are getting a cold. So pardon all the sniffles. But there is day 12. And I don't know if I've mentioned before, but this, I've been trying to say it in the last few days because I know a couple people have been wondering. This is the Pineapple Yarns Advent Calendar, and it is beach themed. So that's why I went with this one, was because it was a lot different than Christmassy colors every day. And the other ones that you see all over are Harry Potter themed. And even though I like Harry Potter, I do think the beach is, you know, calls to my soul. Anyways, guys, there is our halfway mark. Okay guys, here is where I started today at on cake number 4. You probably already saw, because I think I'm going to put the Whip It Out Wednesday video first, and then add in our normal vloggy stuff. But yeah, I'm planning on doing the Whip Out Wednesday and then finished off Friday this week, and we'll see if there's anything to actually add to that in the next couple weeks. But yeah, so here we are. We're still on red, but we're getting through it on Sam's blanket. Leo, you playing a game with that ball? You playing a game with that ball? No, don't take the camera. You playing a game? Show me how you play your game. Show me how you play your game, Leo. That's not your game. Don't take my stuff out. You gonna crochet? Leo, are you gonna make Sam's blankie? Oh, Zane, don't take it away from him. Zane, can you pick up the blocks? Hey guys, I just wanted to mention real quick here that I probably would have recorded a little more today, but I have had serious sinus pressure headache. I had it earlier before I recorded the podcast portion, and then I took a shower and it was better, so I recorded, and then it's been bad most of the evening. But yeah, so I'm not going to edit this very much just because I want to get it up for you. But yeah, just note that I would have shared more with you, but I'm not 100% tonight. A quick note, I wanted to mention that the Firefly hook over on Ravelry has been having 30 free patterns or something like that up leading till Christmas. We're already on like patterns 23 and 24. But I highly suggest if you want to find the patterns, I think she has a blog that you can go to. I get the emails for it. But I always just click through on the free patterns Ravelry group, and I just look for the thread with the free for a limited time, and I just have been using that to get the free patterns versus trying to go through my email, because it just makes life a lot easier. But yeah, that's already on patterns 23 and 24, so we're almost done, but I love her patterns, so I highly recommend that you go check them out, and you can't beat free, right guys? She did this last year, but it was a lot longer span of time. Like, I think it started in October. It might have even started in September. But yeah, the patterns are good for like 2-ish days. It might not be quite 48 hours. So make sure you grab what you can when you can. And I think there was another thing that I was going to mention, and now I can't remember what it is. But yeah, anyways guys, if you want to find me on social media, I'll try to get the timestamps and things and links in the description box, but it's going to have to wait for tomorrow because I think I'm going to head to bed early tonight if I can. It's probably not even that early now because I've just spent the last like hour or so trying to look things up for me to do while hubby is in the house doing his training course, because I really think it will be a distraction. So I'm trying to get out of here, but it's not looking like there's nothing going on at the library tonight. And every other Santa thing I can find going on isn't really going on till this weekend. So wish us luck. We might just go walk the mall just to get us out of the house. I have my mother-in-law coming down, so she's going to pick us up and take us out there just so we can, you know, make the house a little quieter. But anyways guys, if you want to find me on social media, I am Hooked on Mo's and Mo's Crochet on most platforms. And I hope you liked this episode and you hook the like button and subscribe. Talk to you later guys. Merry Christmas.